Last time, through the inner game of tennis, I introduced the formula performance equals potential minus interference. Starting today, we are going to dig deep into the story hidden within that formula. Over a total of 3 parts, we will look closely at the core of this book, one by one. We will examine the true inner workings of this book much more precisely and in detail than the prologue. By the time Part 3 is over, you will experience practical changes that you can use right away today. The theme of today's Part 1 is the discovery of the 2 players in my head, Self 1 and Self 2. Gallwey says that in every activity we do, 2 games unfold simultaneously. One is the visible outer game, beating the opponent and producing results. But the other, the inner game that takes place in the mind, is far more crucial. Loss of focus, nervousness, self-doubt, and self-blame. If you cannot control these mental obstacles, no matter how great your skills are, your true ability won't come out. In fact, many of the failures we experience are not the result of a lack of skill, but the result of losing the inner game. 2 selves live inside us. Self 1 is the conscious self that constantly dictates and evaluates. Bend your knees, keep your eye on the ball. That last shot was truly the worst. It is the very voice that endlessly strings together nagging remarks. The more advice piles up to do better, the more complicated the mind gets and the body stiffens up more awkwardly. It's an ironic coach who sharply blames you for even a small mistake and puts even greater pressure on you when you do well, saying, "You must do well next time too." But why does Self 1 nag without resting? Actually, Self 1 is a self-protective instinct to guard us from mistakes. The problem is that its method is too directive. It's like a driving instructor in the passenger seat, constantly screaming, "Brake! Turn the wheel! You're too fast!" It only makes you more nervous and causes mistakes. Furthermore, the interference of Self 1 gets worse when you feel the outcome is important, or when you feel others are watching. That is why you experience the strange phenomenon of suddenly failing at things you usually do effortlessly during crucial moments. On the other hand, Self 2 is the unconscious that actually moves the body, our instinct itself. When returning a serve at over 200 kilometers per hour, our body calculates the wind, spin, and speed to move the muscles with exact timing. All of this happens in a split second, less than a second. An ability that no supercomputer in the world can mimic already exists within our bodies. If Self 1 just stays quiet, Self 2 demonstrates sufficiently amazing abilities. Let's listen to a student's case from the book. When he tried with all his might to hit the ball in the center of the racket, it kept hitting only the edge. But when he completely stopped that effort and just quietly stared at the seam pattern of the ball, miraculously, the ball started hitting the exact center of the racket. The moment he completely let go of the will to do well, Self 2 finally started its work quietly. The secret to effectively silencing this noisy nagger will be revealed in detail right away in Part 2.